But yeah, I remember probably my earliest footballing memory is like running around the house singing La Copa, se mira y no se toca.
I
Huge
love it.
Diego Maradona fan. You know what? I think another really early memory was because me and Jack actually met each other playing soccer at the YMCA, and it's really hard to watch Boca games like back in the day when I was a kid. So we would watch them whenever we could, but we didn't really have cable at home. So I would kind of get like distant to it. It was just really hard to like grab my attention without it being right in front of me, right?
Yeah.
So aside from playing at like the local YMCA with Jack as a kid, um, I really didn't have that much exposure to it early on besides like big games. So I remember asking my dad one day, I was like, Dad, because of course my parents are divorced. So I was over at my mom's house. I was like talking to her, and she was talking to like my sister and maybe one of her friends about how attractive David Beckham was, right? They were talking, they were like, oh, he's such a good soccer player. Like, oh my gosh, he's so good, he's so handsome. And I remember one day I was like thinking about it. And I like asked my dad, I was like, Dad, is David Beckham the best player ever? And he was like, whoa. He was like, no, 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 no. No son of mine is going to go around peddling opinions like that. And he was like, no, not even close.
Good for your
Like,
dad, bro. Good for your dad.
he put his foot down, man. I feel like he's a pretty easygoing guy, but right there, his whole mood shifted. I'll never forget. He like stopped and he looked at me. He was like, no, no. Diego Maradona immediately, first out of his mouth. Diego Maradona, Pelé, Cruyff, like those guys. You learn those first, and then we could talk about David Beckham and his nice, pretty free kicks.
Well, bro, what year was this roughly? Because Beckham there was a time where he had, I guess you got a top of his game, right? But if you had how old were you? What year was this?
Dude, I can't even remember. I imagine I was probably like 6 or 7, so, like, maybe, like, just before the 2000s?
Mm.
Just before the 2000s or right there, 2000, 2001, something like that?
So I can tell you right now, I mean, he hadn't gone to Real Madrid yet. He definitely wasn't
No.
the best.
No,
Definitely
no
wasn't the
shot.
best.
Well, that's the thing, like, my mom, she pays attention, but she's not, like, a diehard footy fan, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, bless her heart, during the World Cup, she asked me, she was like, "So, are you rooting for Germany?" Because we have, like, some German family on, like, my mom's side, and I was like, "No, no shot." She's like, "Why not Germany?" And I was like, "2014, mom." And she was like, "What happened 2014?" And I was like, "They beat the shit out of Argentina."